Good morning. Today is Monday, September 30th. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, a little bit before 10. We are at the Nantucket Municipal Airport on the way to Ithaca, New York. As you can see, the weather in Nantucket is pretty clear. A few clouds out here. The winds are pretty calm. But Ithaca is still IFR. We are going to depart VFR and probably get on top of the clouds and fly VFR on top. Once we get closer to Ithaca, closer to the top of descent, we will take a look at the weather and adjust. At that point, we might have to do a pop-up IFR just to descend through the clouds and land in Ithaca. So there is no control online right now. The Boston control is offline, so we are on VetSim. We're connected to the VetSim, but we're not going to be talking to anybody online unless somebody, one of the controllers joins the network, and then we'll have to jump on there. So anyway, that's the plan. Let's get into the flight deck or the cockpit and start setting things up here. We'll be taking about 1,200 pounds of fuel on board. So let me top up the tanks a little bit. 90 gallons on each side, so that makes it 180 gallons. We're taking one passenger, invisible passenger, the invisible man or woman. 70 pounds of cargo in the back, so pretty light load for this flight. And as usual, I'm gonna do a quick push just to get us away from the rampers and point the aircraft into the direction of the runway, which is going to be runway 6 for this departure. Might have to go through some clouds on the way up, so we'll take a look at the departure options here in just a second. Okay, circuit breakers all in, electrical switches off, gear down. Fuel panels off. Left fuel selector, tank selector, and props max. This is a custom scenery here in Nantucket and also in Ithaca. I'll put some information in the comment section below this video so you can take a look at the developers and who made that scenery. Okay, let's go ahead and start up. Oil pressure and temperature are in a green. So yeah, outside temp is 63, so we don't need the air conditioner right now, just the fan. Okay, let's take a look at the charts. This is the route of flight. We're showing VFR conditions in Nantucket. There's no wind information, it's pretty clear, so we're going to take off on runway 6, which will take us right into the Nantucket VOR, and we'll go from there. For departures, there are no departures. And so let's take a look at the Ithaca. The weather there is the winds from 0703, 6 miles visibility, misty conditions, overcast 600, so definitely hard IFR right now. We'll see if that opens up later on. Altimeter in Nantucket is 3007. See, tower 118.3. Nantucket VOR 116.2. And I believe we're going to Martha's Vineyard from there, and then off to Providence 114.5. And then from there it's Providence 115.6. So for pressurization, we're going to be at 8,500, so no pressurization is needed for this flight. Let's see, out of Nantucket, see runway heading 061. And so we're going to head straight towards Nantucket VOR, and then from there it's going to be, let's see, take a look at the flight plan. We're going to be on radial 299 towards Martha's Vineyard. Which is going to be 31 miles away. So we're going to follow the blue arrow initially to the Nantucket VOR. Once we cross the VOR, we're going to get on the radial and take it from there. Time now is 13:32. Got 180 gallons of fuel on board. And TAC is reading 49.8. And with that, we're going to go ahead and taxi out to the runway. I have the REX AccuSeason installed, so we'll see what the foliage is going to look like on this flight, but it's definitely the fall season is setting in, so we should see some pretty nice foliage, especially up in central New York, Finger Lakes region, so that's going to be something interesting to note, to see how this REX AccuSeason works. There's no automatic mode set for it, so I didn't customize anything. I just installed it with default settings and set it to automatic. So I think it said in the literature that it checks seasons once a week. It starts up with the simulator and it checks the seasons every week and adjusts automatically. But you can see some of the trees are already turning orange. So we'll see how that works out. It was $38 US. I believe I got it through Orbix website. I'm going to do a quick run up. Props to 1900 RPM. And cycle twice. Governor. And back down to idle. Inner SEP can go off. Initial heading is going to be 058. So I'm going to preset that. 116.2. It doesn't matter because we're dialed into Martha's Vineyards on nav 2. Flaps for takeoff. Transponder and altitude. And we are a go on this flight. There's nobody on the airfield. Nantucket traffic, November 3024 Mike, taking off runway 6, departing to the northwest, Nantucket. Clear on the right, clear on the left. Let's go. Takeoff power set. Gear up. Flaps up. Autopilot. Takeoff time was 1340. Just cutting back the props to 1900 RPM. Just to cut back on the noise a little bit. We don't need the radar for now. I'm going to turn it off. Put it in standby. Uh, 14 miles from Martha's Vineyard, 114.5. And then from there, we're going to be on a heading of 312 towards Providence. There's Martha's Vineyards, the island. And the foliage does look pretty decent for the season. At least it's not all green. Four miles out, we're gonna make a slight right turn as soon as we cross the VOR. We are booking at 260 nautical miles per hour, courtesy of the PT6 turbo prop engine, courtesy of Pratt & Whitney. 2 miles. Next stop is going to be Providence, Rhode Island, 115.6. Providence is 33 miles out. That's the magenta line. I see some clouds up ahead, so I'm not sure if we're going to clear that or not. Might have to climb. I'm gonna go ahead and climb over it. Providence is 22 miles out. Martha's Vineyard's 19 miles behind us. Just a slight course correction. Providence altimeter is 3009. And I think we're clearing those cumulus clouds up ahead. See, 10 miles to Providence. From there, we're going to be on the course of 297. Towards Windsor Locks, 117.05. Not sure what's going on. It's weather injection by Microsoft. The winds are changing. There's Providence, the city of Providence below us. 2 miles to the VOR. Oh, we just passed it. So we can get on course. So Windsor Locks says Bradley Hartford Airport. Altimeter there is 3010. $30 miles out of Providence. And just crossed the Blatt waypoint. So we're right here. We should pick up Windsor Locks pretty soon here. I'm not sure why we're not picking it up yet. Maybe it's just DME. Yeah, might only be DME only, so it's 25 miles out. So if that's the case, there is no navigation. And we could switch to GPS navigation. And might as well do that now. 20 miles from Hartford. Hartford Brainerd should be off to our left. Should be able to spot it here. That's the city of Hartford. Should be pretty close to the river. That might be the runway out there, but I'm not 100% sure. It's kind of hard to see it from here. Coming up on Bradley pretty soon here. We should be overflying it. Oh, there's the airport. I can see it here. The Brainerd. And we're just overflying Bradley Field. The Pauline Poughkeepsie is going to be 114.3. We're going to be north of it. And Kingston 117.6. And then from there it's over to Wheats, Delancey, Binghamton, and we're going to be on approach to Ithaca from there. We are doing 280 nautical miles an hour. Not bad at all, not bad at all. See where that little town is off to our left. Torrington. And then Poughkeepsie, once we get closer to the Wheats, Poughkeepsie should be off to our left. Next waypoint is Veers. So that little town is before Veers, so that's Torrington. There are a few lakes or ponds here, and we can see them scattered around on a sectional. We have the polling VOR 114.3 dialed in to nav 1. 114.3, and that's the blue needle. 20 miles away from it. It's going to be off to our left. So as we fly past it, this needle is going to swing around on the left side. I gotta say the foliage definitely looks a little more realistic here with REX AccuSeason. When I first started up the simulator this morning, it did crash on me once, but that's not unusual. It has been doing that. My computer is not the best. It's circa 2019, so it has been, you know, it's showing its age. It's 5 years old now. Still works. The graphics are still pretty smooth. I have RTX 2070 Super video board with 8 gigs of RAM on board. And I also have, I believe I have 64 gigabyte RAM in this PC. I believe so. Could be 32, but I think it's 64, so definitely helps. But I did have a crash this morning right after installing this REX AccuSeasons, so I'm not sure if it has anything to do with that or it's just my PC showing its age. But I'm leaning towards my PC being the culprit here, and REX seems to be working pretty good. It's working pretty good. Coming up on Stubby, I just passed it. It's over here, so polling is going to be off to our left, about 10 o'clock, and it is. This little town of Cornwall Bridge, off to the left. And then Poughkeepsie should be 11 o'clock up ahead. Pretty good sized town, so we should be able to spot it no problem. But I gotta say that REX AccuSeason does look pretty decent. The trees are definitely copper, orangey copper color. The grass still looks green, so which is true to life. So the fields, grassy fields are green, and the foliage is turning rust color. So that's seems to be pretty accurate. Seems to be pretty accurate. There's a little pond out here, and that's kind of like looks like a coat hanger. That type of shape. Let's see if I can spot it here on the sectional. Past the polling. I don't see it on the sectional, that little pond. But Poughkeepsie should be off to our left. It's probably this area here. There's a river. The Hudson River. We're about to cross it. Kingston is another town off to our right, and Poughkeepsie to the left. Poughkeepsie has an airport. Let me see. I can get the weather from Poughkeepsie. KPOU. "10 miles visibility, few clouds, altimeter 3007 in Poughkeepsie." Hudson River. I'm not sure what that sound is. It goes away. Sometimes I can hear it. Sometimes it goes. Usually just resolves itself. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe it's something to do with pressurization or weather injection. Don't know. But it does sound pretty weird. It's like a pressurization issue, right? We're at 12,500. We don't really need to pressurize the cabin here until we get to 14,000 above. We need pressurization, oxygen. Not sure what that sound is. Coming up on wets or wheats. Chokin res should be to the right, and it is. It's an interesting looking body of water over there, little lake. Round out res. That's what that is. See, next VOR is going to be Delancey 112.1. And that's 33 miles out. I wonder if it's FS Realistic that's making all that sound. Let me turn it off for a second. Nope. This is FS Realistic off, and it's on. Boston is online, 134.7. It just came on.
Boston, November 2 Romeo Foxtrot. It's possible like to fly direct to the lobby for the present position. So closer of Delta.
Sorry about that.
Okay, that's fine. November 2 Romeo Foxtrot, clear direct to lobby.
Direct lobby, appreciate it there. November 2 Romeo Foxtrot is 10 now, 11 down, 5,000.
Sorry about the volume.
KLM 168 Boston Center, good morning. I have your other contact 67 miles east of Boston, maintain flight level 330.
Boston Center, good morning. November 3024 Mike is a TBM 15 miles southeast of Delancey, flight 12,500 VFR.
November 3024 Mike, Boston Center, walk 7354.
7354, 24 Mike.
Mike, radar contact position as reported, and we're just looking for a flight following.
If you're not too busy, we'll take flight following, but otherwise we can just resume on navigation.
Yeah, flight following is totally fine. I have no problem doing that. So just maintain VFR. And your destination is Ithaca?
Yes, sir. Inbound to Ithaca.
Copy.
Romeo, ready to set.
Spirit 17 Romeo cross Calverton, Charlie, 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 how to maintain 12,000, 250 knots. Kennedy altimeter 3006.
Charlie, Charlie, Charlie at 12,250 knots now. 3006. Be better than 17.
November 2 Romeo Foxtrot cross lobby at or above 3,000. Actually, just descend and maintain 3,000. Have your approach clear.
I got it. Descend at 3,000 on November 2 Romeo Foxtrot.
Boston FedEx 663 Heavy, 5 miles south west of Hancock, 37350.
FedEx 663 Boston Center, good morning, I have your radar contact. FedEx 663 cross Stella, how to maintain 11,000, Bradley altimeter 3010.
Stella at 11,000, FedEx 663.
November 2 Romeo Foxtrot, cross lobby at or above 3,000, and you cleared the ILS runway 11 approach.
Cross lobby at or 3,000 clear on that runway 11 approach. November 2 Romeo Foxtrot.
There's that FedEx 763 out of Memphis to Windsor Locks. That's him right there. He is at 35,000, 350. So Binghamton is next, 112.2.
November 2 Romeo Foxtrot, wind variable at 3, runway 11, clear to land.
Clear to land runway 1 November 2 Romeo Foxtrot.
Speedbird 26 Echo requested 15 minutes out of cockpit. We'll report back.
Seabird 26 Echo, that's approved.
Okay, as soon as okay, Tom.
Looks like Binghamton is 3010. Boston Center, TBM 3024 Mike, request.
November 3024 Mike, their request.
It looks like Ithaca is showing IFR conditions right now. Would like to file IFR for the rest of the flight.
November 3024 Mike, okay, clear to the Ithaca Airport via direct, and it can descend as pilot discretion to maintain 8,000.
Direct Ithaca descent pilot discretion, maintain 8,000, TBM 24 Mike.
Boston Center, hello, Lufthansa 402, having flights on the 400 inbound Tusky.
Bound 402, Boston Center, reset transponder squawk 3575.
3575, Lufthansa 402.
At November 3024 Mike, unfortunately you are leaving my airspace. Elmira approach is closed. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved. Have a good rest of your flight.
24 Mike, Roger. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you next time.
November 143, November Echo, Boston Center.
Ithaca's 37 miles out.
November 143, November Echo, Boston. 143, November Echo. 143, November Echo, departure from the ramp will be at your own risk, and the wind is calm.
Looks like we'll take runway 14. Let's check the weather. Winds 0804. So we'll take maybe 32. ILS 32 from Binghamton 112.2. To Ithaca approach, localizer 108.7. Final approach course 325. Eight miles from Varna, and we should be at 3,000 there. Minimums 250 on a decision height, 1349. I'm gonna slow down to the final approach speed. Lights. And we're gonna exit left. Looks like FBO is in the middle of the field there. Gear down. Flaps. Minimums 1349, go around 4,000. See the runway. Flaps full. So gas, undercarriage, mixture, prop, checks complete. A little gusty. I'll just take it straight in. And this should be good right here. It's good. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys for flying. The vegetation looks good. Right in line with the season. Some oranges, some greens. Looking pretty good. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.